Over time, all starting block pads will wear out. Some starting block pads are screwed in, making changing them not so hard to do. Some, on the other hand, are completely adhered by adhesive and take a little bit more work. This video will walk you through some simple steps and how to make sure you have an easy transition to new starting block pads. For this video, we'll be taking a look at the Cantabrian Catapult starting block. Now, one quick safety thing to look out for is that the Cantabrian Catapult has spikes on the bottom of each pedal. Now, this is great for starting races because you don't have to have any athletes hold your blocks, but not so easy when it comes to working on them because you accidentally spike yourself in the hand several times. So do yourself a favor and go get yourself a 2x8 or 2x6 piece of wood that you can put the pedal on, and that way you can move it around without having to worry about where those spikes are. Tools you'll need will include a long screwdriver, the replacement pads that you're going to use, again that piece of wood to put your block on if it has spikes on the bottom, an adhesive to secure the new pad to the pedal, and my personal favorite, a belt sander. I'll explain why later. So to begin, you're going to start prying up the old pedal. Now this is going to vary depending on how much adhesive was used in the factory, and these are all made by hand, so there's going to be some variation. Some will be very difficult to get off, some will be relatively easy to get off. And then turn the block around and then just pull down. Now you'll notice the grid pattern that's there in the painted cast aluminum block. You can try scraping that off with a screwdriver, but it doesn't really work so well. The one thing that really was able to get that old adhesive and a little bit of pad off was a belt sander. To make sure you don't have any peeling up later on, you want to make sure you focus on getting all of the residual off the edges and the top and the bottom. It will take about 2 minutes to get everything off, and then you'll be ready to clean it and put the adhesive on. High-end starting block pedals are ergonomically designed, which is great for your foot, but not so great when it comes to trying to glue something to them. As you can see, the pads are straight and the pedal is curved, so when you glue this, you're going to need a way to keep weight on the entire pad, which is why using something like a flat 45-pound plate or 25-pound plate won't work. For just a few dollars, a bag of leveling sand or play sand will work really well. One final detail is that remember that starting blocks are on an angle, so you're going to want to put another board underneath to help flatten out the pads. For the adhesive, you can use several products, but one that we found really successful was Liquid Nails Fuse It. The real trick in setting these pads just right is how you place them. You're going to want to start by making sure you get the very upper edge into the adhesive and then pushing back towards the back edge of the pedal. After you set the pad into the pedal, squeeze out the extra adhesive and make sure that you've got good contact throughout the whole pedal. So now you have both pedals ready to go. Drying time will vary depending on your climate and temperature that day, but it's safe to say if you left it overnight, by the next morning you'd be good to go. Just don't forget to give your kids their play sand back. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to VS Athletics, your one-stop shop for all your track and field and cross-country needs.